It's time for news. Now, from Fox 7 First News.
Hi, I'm Breck Thomas.
And I'm Dan Ballard. Thanks for staying up with us. First on Fox, candidates on the ballot in Vanderburgh County get the chance to speak to voters today, just a little over 2 weeks before we head to the polls to cast our votes.
The Armstrong Recreational Center in Inglefield opened its doors to the candidates and voters in hopes of helping those undecided voters learn more about the candidates. Fox 7's Kyle Peach was at today's forum. He joins us now in the newsroom with more. So, Kyle, how do events like this help voters?
Well, Breck, it gives all candidates, even those without big campaign funds, a chance to tell voters just what they'll do if they're elected, and it seems to be working.
I was just sitting up there seeing people for the first time, and I was scratching off that, yeah, I like him, or no, I don't like him, and, you know, I was deciding right up there.
Today, around 40 candidates on the Vanderburgh County ballot were on hand to talk to voters, an opportune time for those without a lot of campaign financing to get their name out.
So, I mean, of course, the Libertarians don't have the financial base that the Democrats and Republicans do, so we do have to rely on opportunities like this, and it's great because we love to get out here and talk to the voters and meet them face-to-face.
Tom Tindall is the Libertarian candidate for 8th District Congressman. He, along with Democrat Dr. Paul Perry and Republican incumbent John Hostetler, took advantage of this opportunity to talk one-on-one with voters.
You know, I take care of patients one-on-one, and so when I have been running for Congress, it's been important to me to talk to people one-on-one.
Something Congressman Hostetler says is important for him, too, but something he's found difficult to do because of his congressional schedule.
We're still in session. We are, on the congressional level, trying to restrain President Clinton's desire to spend more money than Congress had set aside for the budget this year.
Now, with just a little over 2 weeks before we head to the polls, the candidates we talked to today say they'll be spending that time getting their message out. But, Breck, the candidates say all the campaigning aside, it's up to us, the voters, to head to the polls. Win or lose, they're just hoping for a large voter turnout.
That's how certainly we encourage everyone to cast their votes. Thanks a lot, Dan.
Well, in tonight's Internet poll question, we want to know if you've decided who you're going to vote for on November 7th. To let us know, log on to our website, 7onyourside.com, and we'll have results later in the show.
Well, can't complain too much in the weather department today. It's kind of mild temperatures out there, no rain.
And I'd vote for a little more of this, huh, Carrie?
Good vote, I'd say. You know, we did have some showers in a few of the neighborhoods around the Evansville area. Looks like we may see a few more showers tomorrow, but one thing's for sure, it's going to be fog tonight, and there's going to be very mild weather for tomorrow and the first part of the work week. 50s tomorrow morning when you get up, that's about 10 degrees above normal. Tomorrow's high, well, we'll tell you how much above normal. That's going to be in a few minutes. Breck?
All right, thanks, Carrie. Residents in a neighborhood on Evansville's south side have had enough of the large crowds they see and hear every weekend. So a group of those neighbors and local business owners asked Evansville police to step in and try and control the crowd. It's a task EPD has long wanted to accomplish. This weekend, they beefed up patrols in the area. Fox 7's Kyle Payne joined them.
With Fox 7's camera rolling and police just steps away, a fight erupts on South Kentucky anyway. Police clear the scene, but a minute later, one of the fighters is arrested for fighting again.
A lot of times it gets a little bit difficult to deal with.
Officer Dan Danks has worked in this neighborhood for many of his 20 years on the force. He says the crime rate here is lower than other parts of Evansville, but the area around Kentucky and Washington is a problem.
It's gotten so bad where the police officers had to get the large canister mace and clear people out with that.
Police say every weekend 200 or more people find their way to this area, where police accuse members of the crowd of drinking, fighting, and disorderly conduct.
Sometimes the crowd gets a little bit rowdy.
23-year-old Vermeil McCrae lives in the area and knows that sometimes her counterparts become hard to handle, but she says the police should lay off.
First of all, we're grown women and men. We don't need to be babysitted.
Scenes like this don't do much for that argument, but McCrae wants police to know the few are ruining it for everyone else.
Find out who the troublemakers are and make them leave. You know, not everybody.
They did that all right, but as long as this place was open, the majority stayed.
It's only like 2% of them that act a fool, and it's really, I think it's after a couple of beers, they just get a little rambunctious.
Herschel McNary works inside his dad's soul food restaurant, Mr. Earl's.
It's just nothing open. They want something to drink, something to eat, and this the only place open.
And the place is packed for much of the early morning, which leads to the crowd, which leads to problems for Danks and his fellow officers, who claim they've been confronted by the mobs of people.
So we figured if we're here early, we can chase them off as they're coming, then we don't have to come in here after 200 people have gathered and try to clear out 200 people.
200 people, Danks says, who soon may have to find somewhere else to go. Kyle Payne, Fox 7 News.
Now, police say they will continue to patrol those areas until the crowds settle down.
A Union County couple and a 15-year-old girl are all facing felony drug charges tonight. Kentucky State Police arrested 45-year-old Brenda Wilson and 48-year-old David Wilson at their home on Berry Road in Waverly. Police also charged a 15-year-old girl at the same address with possession of drug paraphernalia and possession of a controlled substance. State troopers say they found a large amount of meth, pot, drug paraphernalia, and firearms at the home. The couple was lodged in the Union County Jail while the juvenile was turned over to social workers. Well, there's a new home for counseling services in Owensboro. Today, board members of Caring Connections cut the ribbon on a new office in Owensboro's Lincoln Mall. Because of the wide array of services that it provides, the agency simply outgrew its other location at an Owensboro church.
For all kinds of problems, from depression and anxiety to certain disorders, recovery, marital issues, premarital, family issues, you name it, we pretty well can cover it. If we feel like we cannot serve a person well, then we will make referrals that are appropriate for people.
Cost for counseling services there is based on a person's household income. Butler says that if a person is unable to pay, then she will work with him or her to find a way to provide these services.
Well, did you know that 80% of the buying market is women? All the more reason for the Tri-State Women's Expo. The event wrapped up today at the center. Thousands of women came out to check out the latest fashions, get a cooking lesson, or learn even new skincare techniques. Organizers believe this is a real need in our community.
It allows for businesses to target specific markets for their customers. This show focuses on women. So you'll see everything that you possibly can think of, from health issues to service issues for women to boutiques and shopping, a variety of different things that cater to women.
And a portion of the proceeds from this weekend's Women's Expo will go to the YWCA here in Evansville.
Well, at the end of this school year, it's expected that about 100 teachers and administrators will retire from the Evansville-Vanderburgh School Corporation.
Now, these will be added to the 100 who retired last year. The retirements are the result of a 2-year salary reduction program.
It means some significant changes in your child's school. Education correspondent Ann Moore has details in tonight's The More You Know report.
Depth of field and photograph is...
Jeff Brandt has practically owned this corner of Harrison High School for 32 years. The popular photography teacher is in the Industrial Technology Department. Brandt plans to retire at the end of the year. His is a difficult position to replace, as most young people interested in industry and technology are going where the money is.
There just aren't that many people going into the area. In the colleges, industry is just gobbling up a lot of those people that end up with that degree.
Math, science, and foreign language positions are also difficult to fill. Brandt is only 53 years old, but he says the school corporation's severance plan is just too good to pass up.
With teacher retirement from the state and this buyout package that the corporation has right now, I think it'll be a lot easier to do right now than maybe 3 or 4 years down the road.
There are about 800 teachers in the school corporation eligible for the program, but there is a cap on the number who may retire over a 2-year period.
What'd you get? The school corporation is expecting between 85 and 100 retirements this year. These are some of the most experienced teachers in the system, but they aren't allowed to retire unless there is a qualified replacement.
We, of course, would not want to deplete our master teacher numbers, and we would want to be cautious about not being able to fill certain positions that might be harder to replace.
Staley says there is a very high percentage of master teachers in the EVSC, and he doesn't expect that percentage to drop as these longtime teachers retire.
We have 2,000 or 3,000 applicants on file, my understanding, through our personnel department, so There's a rigorous interviewing process, and we feel like we're getting the top candidates.
As for Brandt, he says technology is moving fast, which means film and darkrooms may one day become obsolete.
There's a big change coming up, and I'm not real sure that I'm ready for it.
Brandt says he wants to retire while he can still enjoy what he's doing, and what he wants to do is take pictures. I'm Ann Moore with The More You Know.
Now, 6 years ago, the Evansville-Vandenberg School Corporation offered an early retirement plan to teachers and administrators at the top of the pay scale. Staley says at that time the corporation was able to reduce its salary budget by $3 million.
In sports, Tri-State fans got their annual taste of the NBA this afternoon.
That's right, the Indiana Pacers in town for their annual Romaine NBA benefits supporting Evansville art. Rich Peltier has all the highlights in the Fox Box.
Dan and Brack, it's a whole new look for the Pacers team, complete with a new head coach, NBA Hall of Famer Isaiah Thomas, taking over the Pacers. And the Pacers and Clippers entertaining the Roberts Stadium fans today. First quarter, Indiana running. Jermaine O'Neal scores inside. He's one of those new faces. O'Neal scores 14 points, and ref get out of the way. And Isaiah says, hey, ref, get out of Peltier's way. Okay, the Clippers hang tough in this game. Jeff McGinnis inside to Darius Miles for the sweet touch. Miles pours in 16. Hey, some Clippers fans in there. Later, Reggie Miller drives the baseline for 2 of his 14 points. And yes, it's Miller time. The fans want Reggie to shoot the 3. He does, but misses. But watch Jonathan Bender with the huge follow. The rookie out of high school leads the way with 17 points. The Pacers win it 86-82. And here's the best part of the game, the Pacemates. That's right. Later in sports, we'll hear from Isaiah and the boys on the upcoming season. We'll check out the entire Week 8 action in the NFL, plus Game 2 of the Subway Series in New York, and we'll look back on the high school football playoff weekend and announce our brand new Fox 7 Top 7. It's all later on the Tri-State's Best Sports.
There's promising hope tonight for those who need brain surgery. Coming up in tonight's health report, we'll tell you about a new procedure that makes all the difference.
And is bankruptcy a black mark on your financial history? Randy Moore will let us know just ahead in his More Money report.
But first, Kerry's back to tell us we've got a warm and mild week on tap. He's got the details in his Futurecast.
As a flight officer and POW in Vietnam and a businessman back here in Indiana, I think I've learned something about character and leadership. For the past 4 years, it's been my privilege to work with Frank O'Bannon as your Lieutenant Governor. And I've had the opportunity to see up close what kind of leader he is. He's always in there fighting for Hoosier families, whether it's jobs or improving education or being the first governor in America to take action and suspend the gas tax. I know Frank O'Bannon is the kind of leader we can trust with our future.
Does Congressman John Hostetler understand our health care concerns? First, Hostetler opposed mandatory coverage of hospital stays after breast cancer surgery.
Why would he do that?
Then, Hostetler voted against a bill to let you sue your HMO. Then, he voted against making prescription drugs more affordable.
Why on earth would he do that?
Ask the drug and insurance companies. Their executives have given John Hostetler over $45,000.
Now I'm getting the picture.
Tell John Hostetler he works for us, not the insurance and drug companies.
Our concern is looking out for you. Life, health, or auto insurance from the Insurance Shop.
Does Brian Roy really support the Gore Big Government prescription drug plan? The one with a big new yearly fee to the government, where many seniors would still pay thousands for their prescription drugs, and it could force seniors to lose their current prescription drug coverage. You have to take the government plan or nothing. Government bureaucrats decide what drugs are covered, and seniors suffer. It's just another name for a government-run drug HMO. Tell Brian Roy that plan doesn't work for us.
Right from the start, everybody needs a helping hand, and it's up to all of us to make sure they get it. Our children are our future, and their future should include affordable, quality health care, the very best education possible, a meaningful job, and an America opening foreign markets around the globe, spreading peace and prosperity. That's what Congressman Ed Whitfield has been fighting for. Call him and thank him for fighting for us and them.
Good evening, I'm Gia Burns with a look at tonight's winning numbers from the Hoosier Lottery. In Daily 3, it's 556, Daily 4 is 8734, and in Lucky 5 it's 14, 35, 20, 26, and 28. There was no winner in Saturday night's Hoosier Lotto drawing, so Wednesday night's drawing will be an estimated $10.5 million, and there was no winner in Saturday night's Powerball drawing, so Wednesday night's drawing will be an estimated $32 million.
Fog last night, fog tonight, well, some, but I don't think it'll be quite as thick as it was last night. It was quite a dangerous situation out there in some areas down to zero visibility. Tonight, though, we're going to take a look at future radar. We had a few sprinkles in the area today, mainly in Illinois and the western part of Kentucky. And putting this in motion, you'll notice waves of moisture still going up across parts of Illinois tomorrow. And yes, it's possible you might see a few showers in the area, but the showers will be very widely scattered. Dan?
All right, Kerry, thanks. An aortic aneurysm is a dangerous health problem and can certainly be life-threatening. But now there's a procedure that involves a minimal amount of surgery to correct the damage and get you back on your feet in no time at all. That and much more for you in tonight's 7 on Your Side Health Team Report with Joey Myers.
7 on Your Side Health Team Report. A new twist on an old medical procedure is cutting recovery time in half. Aneurysms in the aorta used to mean major surgery, cutting the abdomen open and going straight to the source of the problem. But not anymore, thanks to a little device made of pliable cotton that's easily threaded into a needle and inserted through a small incision in the thigh. The endograft procedure only requires 2 incisions, minor surgery with a recovery time of only a few days. This new procedure is available here in the Tri-State at Deaconess Hospital. In other health news tonight, if you have kids in school, the question, what's for lunch, is probably on your mind and theirs every school day. Regardless of whether you pack your child's lunch or they buy it in the school cafeteria, there's an essential menu item that's probably overlooked, and you won't believe what it is. The health team's Patty White has tonight's 7 on Your Side Health Report.
Reading, writing, arithmetic, and lunch are all on the minds of school children every day, but there's something missing from nearly all their lunch menus. If you take a look at the USDA guidelines in the food pyramid, you'll see grains, fruits, vegetables, dairy, meat, fats, and sugars on the chart. But one critical item is missing that's necessary for every kid and adult. It's water.
It's amazing because water is 2/3 of your body, and you can't live more than 3 days without water. But ironically enough, water isn't part of the food pyramid.
And the effects of the oversight are showing up in classrooms, playgrounds, and athletic fields. A recent survey said that 2/3 of Americans are dehydrated or close to it. And when kids are trying to learn, that's a problem. If they don't drink enough water, they may experience frequent grogginess, headaches, indigestion, and even lapses in concentration. But family physicians say that dehydration is easy to avoid.
Children have to remember to drink water, and we often forget children need to drink at least 2 quarts of water a day, and that needs to be consumed throughout the day during the time that they're in school, as well as when they first get home from school. Very important.
Water fountains are a fixture at every school, but if kids aren't taught how much they need to drink, they don't visit them unless they're thirsty, and nutritionists say that's not good.
If you wait until you're thirsty, you probably already are dehydrated. So parents should really make sure their children drink a lot of water, teach them that that's what they need so that they don't get dehydrated.
Many kids load up on calorie-heavy sodas, juices, and sweetened drinks, and that contributes to the problem of childhood obesity. So it's important to teach kids that water should be the first drink they turn to if they want to quench their thirst. In Evansville, Patty White, 7 on Your Side Health Team.
Just like adults, kids need 8 8-ounce servings of water a day. You can make it easier for them to keep track of how much water they're drinking by giving them a reusable container to take to school. Just be sure to clean the containers and lids every day to prevent the growth of bacteria and mold. This week in our 7 on Your Side Health Team reports, we took you out to lunch at a vegetarian restaurant, talked with a pediatrician about the importance of having kids vaccinated on schedule, and got advice from a pharmacist on herbal supplements. For more information on these and other stories, log on to our website, 7onyourside.com, and visit our medical page. Or you can send a self-addressed stamped envelope to 7 on Your Side Health Team Report, Box 7, Box 7, Evansville, Indiana, 47701. We'll send you the information you request. And here's what we're working on for next week. Marriage vows say in sickness and in health. We'll tell you about a research project that says if one spouse suffers from depression, the other is affected too. We'll also show you how to make sure your little goblin's Halloween costume is safe. And we'll bring you advice from the experts on how to choose a health plan that fits your needs. We'll bring you all that and more on our 7 on Your Side Help Team reports.
All right, thanks, Jody. Bankruptcy used to be a source of shame because it meant a person couldn't pay his bills. Now it can still carry a certain amount of that embarrassment today, but not nearly to the point that it used to. On average, more than 1 million persons file each year. But before you add yourself to that number, you should know the downside to bankruptcy. Here's Randy Moore.
Here are some facts about bankruptcy. Chapter 7 is the most common of 4 types. It is also the least expensive type of bankruptcy case to file. It relieves you permanently of all debt you claim in your case. Most Chapter 7s today are the result of excessive credit card debt. Here's how a Chapter 7 works. First and foremost, you should handle any bankruptcy case through an attorney who specializes in it. That way, you will know that your case is being handled properly. Next, a federal judge issues an automatic stay, which prevents creditors from trying to collect any more money from you. A stay can last up to 4 months before the bankruptcy judge decides whether to issue a discharge of debt order. If he does, you are immediately relieved of that debt forever.
Now, when a judge issues a bankruptcy order, it is important that you not turn around and get back into financial trouble. Instead, make it a time to bounce back. And here's one way to do that. Let's say a Chapter 7 relieves you of $1,000 in debt per month. That's $1,000 you have freed up from the bankruptcy. Take that money and invest it. Do this every month and sit down and watch it grow into a nice retirement nest egg. If you're looking for a haunting good time this Halloween, why not take a walk with a ghost? Well, I'll tell you where you can get all the fright you can handle next on Fox 7.
And it's a scary tale of a different sort. Dracula hits the stage this weekend. We'll take a bite out of the performance when we come back.
A portion of this newscast is brought to you by Bell South Mobility, offering rollover minutes. They're your minutes. Keep them. For 9 years, he chaired the Evansville City Council Finance Committee. David Mosby's record, over $65 million in property tax relief. Mosby, father-husband, professional firefighter, now running for county commissioner. Mosby will work to keep cutting taxes. Work with Sheriff Brad Ellsworth to straighten out the jail crisis. Keep criminals locked up. Fight to hire more deputies and encourage countywide community policing. Work with Governor O'Bannon for our fair share of road bridge repair. A plan for the future. David Mosby for county commissioner.
Lindsay Lincoln Mercury Isuzu has been in the car business for over 40 years. That's why you can trust a used vehicle from Lindsay. We stand behind the products we sell, including this special of the week. We thoroughly inspect every car on the lot before we sell it, and that gives our customers the confidence to trust Lindsay's used cars. Lindsay is well known for their quality new cars and service, but that quality is also very much a part of our used car sales. So, for quality used cars, count on the trust we've built with Lindsay Used Cars. Lindsay, 4300 Division Street on the Auto Plaza.
The convenience of a bigger bank, bigger lines, bigger challenges, bigger service charges, big disappointment. At United Fidelity Bank, we know that bigger is not always better, but prompt, friendly service is. And so is a no-fee checking account with no minimum balance, no check writing fees, no monthly service charges, and your first order of checks are free. Plus a one-check checking and ATM card that works like a check. United Fidelity Bank is your community bank. We're not bigger, just better.
Wax on, wax off. Nice doggy. Ruff, ruff. Ding, 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 ding. Hat up a tree. Ding, ding. False alarm.
He's out there with tasty Subway Selects on 3 new gourmet breads that are giving Subway sandwiches a delicious new taste, like fresh-baked Parmesan oregano and hearty Italian with cornmeal. Sure, he's just a shadow, but he's a shadow on a mission. Subway, eat fresh.
If you want to get in the mood for Halloween, Newburgh is the place to be. Historic Newburgh is hosting their 7th annual Ghost Walk, a tour through the city with stops at some historic homes in the area. And you may encounter a black cat or two along the way, but more importantly, you'll hear some haunting tales about the homes. And organizers say those tales are based on fact.
Some scary tales of maybe mischievous, menacing kinds of ghosts and just things that happen in the home.
So you think there are ghosts out there?
Well, I don't know. It's all in good fun.
Ghosts or not, the tours will wrap up next Saturday and Sunday between 6 and 8:30 each night. Tickets are available at the Newburgh Town Hall.
And if that's not enough to get your fill of fright, well, the halls of Victory Theater are haunted as the Evansville Dance Theater brings the ballet of Dracula to life. This is one of 4 performances the dance theater will give this year, giving want-to-be dancers a chance to hone and show off their skills. The final performance of the Dracula show was this afternoon. Fox 7 is a proud corporate sponsor of the Evansville Dance Theater this season.
If you're in need of a companion, we've got one for you. Meet our Pet of the Week from the Warwick Humane Society when we come back.
But first, Carrie says it could be dangerous out on the roads tonight. The fog is rolling in, but the temperatures will stay mild. This forecast is next on Fox 7.
We love to see you smile.
At McDonald's, we know what makes you smile. It's great tasting burgers, chicken sandwiches, and don't forget, America's favorite fries.
And right now, our mouth-watering Johnsonville Bratwurst is new. Add McDonald's world-famous fries and a Coke, and you've got yourself a tasty Johnsonville Bratwurst extra value meal.
We love to see you smile.
Try a Johnsonville Bratwurst extra value meal today.
October means one thing around here. The Toyota Truckathon is on. Clip this coupon from your newspaper, make your best deal, and then get another $750 off any new Tacoma pickup, including the all-new 4-door double cab. Or take another $750 off any new Tundra, Motor Trend's Truck of the Year. But hurry, the Truckathon ends October 31st. Don't miss this one. Only at Don Moore Toyota in Owensboro or Hudson Toyota in Madisonville.
Sometimes it seems there are no solutions to serious financial problems. Time does not wait. Mounting debts and misguided decisions seem to leave only one alternative. Understanding your legal options can help you make responsible choices and take reasonable action. Call now.
Catherine D. Peters, 479-0700, your solution.
Working when the job has got to get done, built to go the distance. Ford trucks are number one. When the day gets long and the road is rough, there's only one truck that's tough enough, the one you can depend on. There's never been a better truck. Ford is hard working. The best trucks are built Ford tough.
It's time for Fox 7 First Weather with meteorologist Terry Dean.
Not quite as much fog tonight, I don't think. Last night at this hour, the visibility was already down to about a mile. Currently, we're at 4 miles, so we're a little bit ahead of where we were. But as you're out driving tonight, particularly near bodies of water, there is going to be some dense patches, at least, of fog. Clouds and sun tomorrow. Depending upon how much sun we do get, temperature should be in the middle to upper 70s. We'll call for 76 degrees. Take a look outside right now. The area temperatures, we are down to 64. Awfully mild, actually. That's about what we should be for a daytime high this time of year. Notice the red area back to the southwest, kind of unusual. A tornado watch is in effect for parts of Oklahoma. They've had some rough weather down there. Temperatures running only in the 60s, so it isn't the heat, it's the instability of the atmosphere down across Oklahoma. That'll be moving into the Kansas City area later on tonight, it looks like. As I said, 64 here over at St. Louis, 63 down at Memphis. They have 75 degrees. The showers, all the activity looks like it's going to stay north of us. At least the heavy storms will stay north of us. 64 is where we're at right now. 75 degrees this afternoon. That's some 10 degrees above normal. We called for 74. Just barely made it. Actually got up to 77, so that's a 3-degree guarantee. Let's give away an umbrella to Mary Mold from Cloverport. Mary, that'll be in the mail to you next week or so. Give away a lot of those umbrellas here in the past few weeks. Take a look at the big picture, and again, the moisture is tending to go up and over high pressure. Here it is, going up across the nation's midsection, up across Missouri, Arkansas, and continuing to go up into Canada. Very strong jet stream coming down the west coast, dropping down to Texas, and moving back up into the southern part of Canada. There's high pressure situated right about here over Tennessee Valley area, and that's keeping the moisture off to our west. As long as this high pressure area holds, the moisture will stay to the west, and it looks like that's going to hold for at least 3 or 4 days, at least so far as any significant moisture is concerned. You can see it tried to move in today, then the clouds are beginning to dissipate across the region, but back to the west, way back to the west around Kansas City and back across Oklahoma, That's where the heavy showers and thunderstorms have been. There's that line of thunderstorms and even some supercells around the Oklahoma City area. But as I said, just moving to the north and to the east then, and head up and over this high pressure center. Right about there is where it's situated. Let's take a look at the precipitation as it continues to move across our area. We had a few sprinkles, as you can see right now, though, nothing really showing up. The sprinkles were across the area earlier today. We had Tracer at Fox 7. They had just a trace out the airport. If we look back to the southwest, clear skies. We've had a report from Norman Brincap up in Grayville. He has visibility around 4 miles, too, so we really don't see much in the way of dense fog yet. Late tonight, be careful, though. Foggy conditions will be developing probably after midnight. Of course, it's not all that far from midnight as we speak. Low tonight down around 55 degrees. Then for tomorrow, partly sunny day coming up. A few showers still possible. Not likely, but still there's a few of them possible. Highs around 76. And then the Fox 770 outlook. Well, the next 5 days look real good, but there may be a change coming up by next weekend. However, let's not worry about that right now. Let's just enjoy.
Unseasonably warm.
Very much. About 10 degrees above normal.
All right. Thanks a lot, Carrie. Dan?
All right. Thanks, guys. If you're looking for a dog that will get along well with other animals, Castor says he's just the dog for you. He's a 10-month-old terrier mix and is already neutered. The folks at the Warwick Humane Society say Castor is already housebroken, loves kids, rides well in the car, and likes to play ball. Full grown, he'll only be about 20 pounds. For more information on Castor or other pets up for adoption, contact the Warwick Humane Society at the number on your screen or visit them at Van Road in Newburgh.
You've heard of the movie The Bridges of Madison County. Central Indiana has its own claim to fame when it comes to bridges.
Up next, Fox 7's Melinda Roeder takes us on a tour of the Covered Bridge Festival in the heart of the fall foliage season.
If you've ever eaten at regular fast food places, here are a few things you've never tasted before. Thick sliced honey wheat bread, all soft and fresh. Tender slow roasted turkey breast, sliced just so. Natural Swiss, and more flavorful toppings. Introducing Market Fresh Sandwiches, a totally fresh idea from Arby's. Let us make one for you. Market Fresh Sandwiches, something new from Arby's to satisfy your grown-up taste.
Well, welcome to Walmart. I start them off with a hello and how you doing? Good afternoon. How you doing? Just the same feeling that you're greeting people coming into your house. Hi, how are you today? This is my house. Retirement is for the birds. I'd rather work. Would you like a smiley face stick? We talk about the weather. We got a little yakety-yak going.
How's the family?
Everybody's fine, and that's the way we do it. Hugs are great. Hugs are the best. Let me give you a sticker. We're just a big family at Walmart. If you come in here without a smile, I'll give you one of mine.
Looking for health insurance with full maternity benefits? Call the Insurance Shop.
The next time you're having a get-together for lunch or dinner, make it Tironi's Pizzeria and Brewery with 2 locations in Evansville at 408 North Main Street and on Weinbach at the Lloyd Expressway. When dining at Tironi's, you can order off the menu or create your own pizza, as well as enjoy one of their delicious sandwiches or salads. Tironi's also features Evansville's first microbrewery with beer brewed on the premises. The folks at Tironi's pride themselves in their courteous service and food that will bring you back again and again. Tironi's Pizzeria and Brewery.
You could be the best driver on the face of the earth. Hands at 10 and 2, full 2-second stops. You could be a poster child for the Department of Motor Vehicles. But what if everyone else isn't? The mid-size L-Series Performance Sedan.
We're already starting to see it, but autumn in the Tri-State means lots of beautiful colors, compliments of Mother Nature, but one place in central Indiana seems to bring out more of her beauty than anywhere else in the Midwest.
It's the backdrop for the annual Covered Bridge Festival in Park County, Indiana. Park County is known as the covered bridge capital of the world. At one time, there were more than 52 covered bridges there, but only 32 of them now remain standing.
Tonight, Fox 7 reporter Melinda Roeder and photojournalist Mike Erickson take us to Park County to meet one man on a personal quest to save what's left of the bridges.
of our past.
This is real scenic to look at.
Survivors of an era gone by.
Of course, at them days, there wasn't very much traffic.
And for most of the year, they stand quiet and still. But every fall, these bridges in Park County spring into life as thousands of people come out for the annual Covered Bridge Festival. It's a chance for them to take a ride through history and experience forgotten skills.
I can make about a nail a minute.
A more provincial way of life.
5 or 6 bushel of apples.
Bill Jeffers is a local who helps out with the festival every year, and he knows the importance of these covered beauties.
They help in a lot more ways than just tourism.
But tourism is big business here. Visitors come from all over the country to experience the sounds, smells, and tastes of the festival.
Corn and whatever we ran over on the way up here this morning. I'm not quite sure, but...
And most of all, they come to marvel at the 32 covered bridges.
They're all in the same county, and you just drive around to them and look at them, and they all have their own history, and it's amazing the way they're built.
Yet, despite their popularity, the covered bridges of Park County are in jeopardy. Over the past several years, many have been destroyed by arson and bad weather, and some, like this one, are simply falling apart.
They'll set priorities.
Bill Jeffers has played a key role in preserving some of the bridges because he's also a county commissioner.
It takes money to do this, and you have to plan ahead of time.
Park County officials have secured enough money in grants to restore 4 bridges over the next 2 years. Among them is the Jackson Bridge in Bloomingdale. The restoration process is painstaking and time-consuming, but this time, for Jeffers, it's also personal because of a special night back in 1951.
In January will be 50 years that my wife and I have been married. In December the 20th, I guess I proposed to her in the Jackson Covered Bridge, and she accepted. So then a few months later, just about a month later, we were married then.
There's just something about these bridges. Maybe it's the history or the charm.
And the leaves are really nice.
Or maybe the romance that makes them so unforgettable.
That bridge has a special place in my heart.
In Park County, Indiana, Melinda Roeder, Fox 7 News.
Now, the Covered Bridge Festival actually ended today, but you can still check out all that scenery.
Absolutely. The center of all the festivities was the Courthouse Square in Rockville, Indiana. That's just a little northeast of Terre Haute. The Indiana Pacers are back in Evansville for their annual Romaine NBA benefit, supporting Evansville Arc.
Rick Peltier has the Pacers and Clippers highlights and reaction next in sports.
Come on, son, you got to hit the ball better than that. We've got bills to pay.
When it comes to making plans, always have an alternative. But when it comes to deciding where to get a mortgage, choose Ace Mortgage Funding.
What if I named you after a cat?
Ace Mortgage Funding has the affordable answer to all of your mortgage needs, including loans for debt consolidation, cash out, or the purchase of a new home.
Maybe there is a better way to save money.
Call 1-800-897-9931 or apply online at acerefi.com.
Introducing Suncom, the bright member of the AT&T wireless network. Suncom has coast-to-coast coverage, digital clarity, exceptional battery life. It's the new one that has it all in one. Suncom, the bright idea in wireless. Call 1-800-SUNCOM-1.
Come to Skateway USA for family entertainment. Open skate nights are Tuesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. We'll put the fun in your fundraiser. Call Skateway USA to set up your next party.
Ford trucks have always played a part through my whole life.
I've driven from F100 to 700s, but everything we have is Ford. We like it that way.
Grab Ranger with $2,000 cash back. A great deal on a great truck. That's $2,000 cash back.
If anybody in my family would show up not driving a Ford, they would have to park down the street, and then we could shuttle them in a Ford.
The best trucks are built Ford tough. See your local Ford dealer for a great deal on Ranger.
We love to see you smile.
At McDonald's, we try to make your morning with lots of breakfast choices made hot, fresh, and right to order. Not to mention hash browns and a great cup of coffee.
You're gonna love our great breakfast specials. Try our delicious bacon, egg, and cheese bagel. Crispy bacon, egg, and cheese all on a toasted bagel that we bake fresh every morning.
We love to see you smile.
Try our bacon, egg, and cheese bagel today. One bite and you'll be smiling.
That's another taste of NBA action in Evansville. The Indiana Pacers return to Roberts Stadium for their annual Romaine NBA benefit supporting Evansville Arc. New head coach Isaiah Thomas signing autographs before the game, leading his Pacers into preseason battle with the Los Angeles Clippers. Now, this is a very different Pacers team full of new faces. And one of those new faces, Jermaine O'Neal. He scores inside in the first quarter. O'Neal with 14 points, and Isaiah likes it a lot. The Clippers hang tough all game long. Jeff McGinnis up here a little bit inside to Darius Miles for the sweet touch. Miles pours in 16, and we actually have Clippers fans in the house. And it's funny, I've never met a Clippers fan in my life. Later, Reggie Miller drives the baseline for 2 of his 14 points, and it's Miller time. The fans want Reggie to shoot the 3. He does. He misses, but Jonathan Bender is there for the huge follow. The rookie, fresh out of high school, leads the way with 17. Hold the shot. The Pacers win at 86-82. Here's the best part of the game. The Pacemates, wait, a little more. Okay, now let's hear from Isaiah and company about the transition.
It's been a drastic change. You know, the team that we wanted to bring back, we've lost our starting point guard, starting center, and our starting power forward. And we have a lot of young guys, some very intriguing talent from a potential standpoint that we got to mold this team into one cohesive unit and get ready for the start of the season.
You got to go with the team that you have. Obviously, we're going to miss the guys that are gone, but all of those guys are gone because they chose to be. And with that being said, myself, Austin, Reggie, Sam, guys that were free agents chose to be here. So we have to go with the good, take the good with the bad.
We're so close, and we just have to straighten out the intangible things. And when that happens, this team is right there with everyone else.
The Pacers open the season October 31st at San Antonio. Isaiah also said that Bob Knight will serve as an advisor to the team. Well, from the hardwood to the hard-hitting NFL. Week 8 action features the Colts looking for some revenge against the Patriots, down 7-0 in the first quarter. Peyton Manning looking for his favorite target, and he's got it. 51 yards to Marvin Harrison, tied at 7. Colts down now in the fourth quarter, but Edgerrin James busted in from 3 yards out. Indy gets its revenge, winning 30-23. The big question around the league this year is, are the St. Louis Rams unbeatable? The 6-0 defending Super Bowl champs have been smoking so far. Look at this helmet. They've been playing just like world champions. But if St. Louis were to falter, today's game at Arrowhead Stadium seemed like the perfect setting to get smoked. This is Elvis Gerback, 9 yards to Tony Gonzalez. Chiefs up 27-7 in the second quarter. Later, Kurt Warner is hit. He fumbles. Donnie Edwards recovers for Kansas City. But the big story, Warner had to leave the game with a broken pinky on his throwing hand. He's out 4 to 6 weeks. It's also snapped his 300-yard passing streak. Gerback also gets hurt and leaves the game right here with an elbow contusion. But the damage was already done. The Rams fall and fall hard, 54-34. The 1-6 Bears on the road in Philly this afternoon, and more quarterbacks going down. It was a theme all day today. Kay McNown scrambling and brought down hard by Mike Caldwell. McNown leaves the game with a separated left shoulder. No word on his condition yet. Later in the second, Donovan McNabb with a touchdown pass off of the play fake. The Bears are now 1-7, losing to the Eagles 13-9. The Titans on the road in the AFC Central with the Baltimore Ravens, and Eddie George was shaken up today as well. He has to leave the game with a sprained left knee. In the third quarter, Tony Banks is picked off by Randall Godfrey. He takes it back to the score, Tennessee up 14-6. Banks struggling all year, so he's replaced by Trent Dilfer. Late fourth quarter, Dilfer looking for Kadri Ishmael in the end zone, but he's out of bounds on the catch. Watch this. Great effort. Doesn't matter. Tennessee wins it 14-6. Also in the AFC Central, my Steelers at home with the Browns today. Jeff Graham with a big completion to Bobby Shaw on 3rd and 18. Later on the same drive, Jerome Bettis driving the bus into the end zone. Pittsburgh with a 22-0 shutout. And there it is. The Steelers have now won 4 in a row. Now here's a look at the rest of today's scores. After the break, it's game 2 of the Big Apple battle. Can the Mets even the score with the Yanks? The answer when the Tri-State's Best Sports Show continues.
It is, and it's gone.
We began anew with new easy-out rolling captain's chairs, new 3-zone climate control, new power sliding doors, new power hatch, new brighter headlamps, new. Dodge Grand Caravan, the best minivan ever. And did we mention it's new? The all-new Dodge Caravan. Different.
Rally's is gearing up to squash your hunger. So if your stomach's on empty, Rally's is prepared to fill it up. Introducing the 99-cent Rally Double-Decker. 2 big patties on 1 bun. Served hot and fresh with all the fixings for just 99 cents. So if you've got a serious appetite and a buck, Rally's has the best hunger-crushing burger out there. The 99-cent Rally Double-Decker. Rally's, high-performance human fuel.
1. We want to know what you think about tonight's Fox 7 First News Internet poll question. Go to 7onyourside.com to vote. The final results are coming up.
We love to see you smile.
At McDonald's, we know what makes you smile. It's great tasting burgers, chicken sandwiches, and don't forget, America's favorite fries.
And right now, our mouth-watering Johnsonville Bratwurst is new. Add McDonald's world-famous fries and a Coke, and you've got yourself a tasty Johnsonville Bratwurst extra value meal.
We love to see you smile.
Try a Johnsonville Bratwurst extra value meal today.
The Mercury Sable at your Mercury dealer now.
Last night's Game 1 of the Subway Series was so long it canceled our newscast. Well, I guess the Mets and Yankees felt bad for us tonight, so they wrapped it up a little bit earlier, not too much. This shot was from last night, but I wanted to use it. This is called Somebody Sleeping on the Couch Tonight. See, she has a Yankees hat on, he has a Mets hat. Anyway, to tonight's game. How about some fireworks in the first? Mike Piazza breaks his bat on the foul ball, and Roger Clemens throws the barrel of the bat back at Mike. Clemens said he let his emotions get the best of him. My emotions tell me he's a jerk. Of course, these two have an intense history. The Yanks up 2-0 in the second. Scott Brocious takes Mike Hampton out to left. The Yankees will build a 6-0 lead, but the Mets make it interesting in the ninth. Jay Payton's 3-run shot cuts the lead to 6-5, but that would be how it ends. The Yankees hold on for the 6-5 victory. They now lead the series 2-9. Game 3 is at Shea on Tuesday. In semi-state high school soccer action yesterday, 2 area powers played their ways right into the state's Final Four in Indianapolis. It was Castle and Washington in the boys' final, and the Knights get another great performance from keeper Chad Rounder. Nice save right there, and they get goals from Blair Kohlmeyer and Ty Walters. Castle will get a chance for redemption after last year's state runner-up finish, winning 2-0.
Excitement. You know, last year was something new and something special, and to come out and do it 2 years in a row is just phenomenal. I really don't know how to explain it, but we're just excited about going up to Indy again.
I mean, we were real fatigued from the first game, but, I mean, we knew could be the end of our season. We didn't want that to happen. I mean, we wanted to get back to state because we had a good chance this year, so we had to do it, and that's what we did.
On the girls' side, the Memorial Tigers trying to fight their way to Indianapolis, taking on a pretty tough Center Grove team. Lauren Chavez scores for the Tigers early in the first half, and that's all Memorial would need. Memorial on its way to Indy as well. They shut out Center Grove 1-0.
Overwhelming. These girls have worked hard all season. With losing SIC and City, we had something to prove come tournament time, and they stepped up and played great games all through sectionals, regionals, and then today they played fantastic.
Oh my gosh, it's
So great. We've always wanted this. This is our goal in our season, and we finally reached it. It's an awesome feeling. You can't explain it. It's awesome.
Awesome indeed. The Lady Tigers will face Chesterton in the state finals in Indianapolis at 10 a.m. Castle battles Portage at noon. Checking the soccer scoreboard from today, the Lady Aces defeat Southwest Missouri State in overtime 1-0. Krista McKendry scores the game winner. The men lose at Tulsa 5-1. And on the USI front, the Lady Eagles tie Southern Illinois University of Edwardsville 2-2. Try putting that name on a T-shirt. And the men lose 1-0 in overtime. It's Sunday night. Time to look back on the first high school football playoff weekend in the Hoosier State and announce our brand new Fox 7 Top 7 pool. Don't fall asleep quite yet. It's next.
Why Fast Photo? Because we can do it fast. At Fast Photo in Owensboro and Henderson, we affordably provide all of these services, and we do so conveniently. Each Fast Photo location has a drive-up window for film drop-off and picture pickup. We know value, too. Check out our in-store specials and on our webpage.
Look what we can do with your picture. Fast Photo, and we can do it fast.
Fast Photo, Fountain Square in Owensboro and in Henderson. Near the Twin Bridges on Highway 41. Fast Photo, we can do it fast.
Whether you're young or old, Diamond Lanes has something for everyone. We offer leagues for you and your friends, as well as open times for you to come out and practice. We have automated scoring machines, and our new graphics will give you a laugh, even if your game is in the gutter. Every Friday and Saturday night, we showcase our new glow-in-the-dark bowling pins. And with over 20 bowling lanes to choose from, waiting is never a problem. So pick up your ball and roll down to Diamond Lanes. We're located on the corner of Diamond Avenue and Old 41. Diamond Lanes is your place for fun and excitement.
I just hurt all over. My bones hurt so bad. My back and my legs, through my feet, it felt like the bones were coming through the bottom of my feet and through my shoulders. Dr. Whalen has helped me so much, I just cannot tell you. He's a very knowledgeable man. He will work with you. He will be very patient and considerate of your feelings. But I just cannot praise Dr. Whalen enough. He's just the person that really saved my life.
The Medical Center for Pain Relief, Highway 41 north at Mount Pleasant Road in the Business Park.
NASCAR now, and Owensboro native Jeremy Mayfield with yet another pole position start. Mayfield trying to melt the field like butter in today's Pop Secret Microwave Popcorn 400. Is it just me, or do these NASCAR races have the funniest sponsors? Dale Jarrett will win for the first time ever at Rockingham. Jarrett takes the checkered flag, popping the competition in the Popcorn 400. Doesn't get old. Now it's time for popcorn for everybody. Look at that, on top of the car, Jeff Gordon in second, followed by Ricky Rudd. It's Sunday, and we look back on the first weekend of sectional play in the high school football world with opening round matchups in the Hoosier State. We begin in Fort Branch with Bossy battling Gibson Southern in Class 3A. Hey, do you guys know that guy? He works here, yeah. Dog Pound fired up on the field. So are the Bulldogs and running back Ray Everhart. Running Ray rushes for 117 yards and 3 touchdowns. Bossy Bulldogs over the Titans 41-14. In another 3A game, Memorial on the road in Princeton. The Tigers take advantage of Princeton Tiger mistakes and win the Battle of the Tigers 34-14. It's Bossy and Memorial at Enloe this week. To the Wrights Bowl for the rematch between Castle and Wrights in the 5A bracket. Knights quarterback Brandon Roop runs for 2 scores and throws for another. Castle wins big 34-14. 4A now, North at Boonville. Perhaps the best back in the area. Lorenzo Bushrod puts on a clinic again. Rod rushes for 175 yards and 4 TDs. The Huskies roll 46-6. And in 2A, the #1 team in our Fox 7 Top 7 pool, Mater Dei rolls all over Paoli 70-8. 70. Jake Schiff runs for this touchdown and tacks on 3 more through the air in another Wildcat whitewashing. Here's the new Fox 7 Top 7 pool. Vincennes is back in at number 7. The Alices are 9-1. Owensboro still tied for 7th. Apollo is 6th. Castle 5th. Mount Carmel remains in the 4th spot. Top 3 stayed the same. Jasper, Heritage Hills, and Mater Dei. The Wildcats, #1 for the 11th straight week. And the Illinois high school football pairings were released last night. Some teams of interest in the viewing area will begin in 4A. Alney is on the road at Springfield Sacred Heart Griffin. Carmine is at Metamora. In 3A, Mount Carmel hosts Cana, I think it's called. They'll go on Aces 4th in our Fox 7 Top 7 pool. And Flora is at Massac County. And in 2A, Edwards County will host Staunton. And finally tonight, it's time for Peltier's Play of the Week. We start in Lexington yesterday for Kentucky and Georgia. And after an injury to his throwing hand earlier in the week, Kentucky quarterback Jared Lorenzen was questionable for Saturday's game. But Lorenzen played, and boy did he ever, huh? He's passing for a school record 528 yards in a gutsy loss to the 12th-ranked Bulldogs, 34-30. For our second play, we stay with college ball, and Head north to Bloomington, where the Hoosiers get back on the winning track in a big way. Stunning nationally ranked Minnesota, 51-34. Antoine Randall L. racks up 473 total yards, 4 touchdowns. Remember this guy, Boise grad Levron Williams, 3 scores. Watch this, boom! Williams, that boy can play. Got a little fired up there at the end, sorry.
Did you call that play or plays of the weekend?
I should call it plays of the weekend.
Yeah,
I've yet to
you
have
can't pick just
play.
one.
I'm very indecisive.
Yeah, you better come up with a name for a NASCAR race now.
The Pelletier 500?
Yeah, there you go.
500 plays of the week.
All right.
Done deal.
Thanks, Rick. Well, next on Fox 7, the results of tonight's Internet poll question.
And if you're already looking ahead to next weekend, well, so is Kerry. He's got a sneak peek at our weather when we come back.
I am adventurous and versatile. I am the best-selling SUV in America. I am built to take you anywhere. I know no boundaries. I am available with 0-9 financing plus 1,500 cash back. 0-9 plus 1,500. I am a Ford Explorer, a part of the most complete lineup of SUVs on the planet. And I am waiting for you.
Robert John and Associates.
The more you know, the more you grow, and Owensboro Junior College of Business can help you grow your new career with a career as Microsoft Support Engineer, E-Commerce Engineer, Paralegal Studies, Medical Office Assistant, Business Office Management, and Computer Office Professional. Day and evening classes available with a child care center on site. Financial assistance is available to those who qualify. Hurry, classes are forming now. Call Owensboro Junior College of Business at 926-4040 or 1-800-960-4090 or visit us on the web at www.ojcb.com.
Are you tired of worrying about whether your old car is going to start? Are you afraid you can't afford to replace that old clunker? At Lindsay Lincoln Mercury Isuzu, we have great new vehicles.
What about our used cars?
Lindsay's professional sales and service department stand behind our products and can send you on your way in a beautiful used vehicle. Check out this great deal of the week. At Lindsay, our prices will sell you your first car, and our service will sell your second, third, or fourth car. For great used vehicles, Lindsay Lincoln Mercury Isuzu, 4300 Division Street on the Auto Plaza.
Tonight's Internet poll question asks, have you decided who you're going to vote for on November 7th?
And here's what you told us. 84% said yes, and only 16% say no, you are still undecided. Gary, I bet, though, is not undecided as to what the weather will be next week.
No, it looks like a fairly good week. We do have some showers in the forecast for tomorrow. In fact, way above normal temperatures. Let's take a look at the week. There we are, around 10 degrees above normal for this time of year with the showers tomorrow. The next weekend, things should get back more in the groove. Temperatures cooling off some, it looks like, as the cold front moves into the area from the northwest. So, good forecast. Enjoy it tomorrow. Dodge the showers.
All right. We could have a Fox 7 500.
We could do that.
That's
a better
We could raise it on the parking lot.
We've got our own car for that.
Yeah, yeah.
Every time I take a station
It's late. We will see you next week, and until then, have a great week.
Good night.